Hi, I'm David Milan, fashion editor of Vogue Philippines, and this is In Vogue. Welcome to Vogue Philippines October issue, where we listen for the rhythm of the future through music and technology. This month, we find creatives in the stillness before the crescendo, musicians before an album launch, actors before a premiere, and designers before a presentation. In these stories, a wide range of voices and techniques emerge, inviting us to sit in the space between pause and effect, where sound informs us and silence calls us to breathe before we sing our own tune. This month, our cover star is Bella Poarch, a Filipino singer-songwriter who traces her love of music to Pangasinan. In this story, photographed by Mark Icdao and written by Tisha Almazan, Bella visits her hometown for the first time in 14 years. It was an emotional journey as we went to the places she grew up in while she shared her memories, like the animals she took care of, the mango trees she planted with her brother, and the days she would sing along to their neighbor's radio. While she later grew up in Hawaii before moving to LA, it was clear to us from the start that Bella was in her element here. Now, following her first EP, she is about to release her debut album, a dreamy, tech-heavy production which she sees as a reflection of her life. To create Bella's fashion images, we work with her personal stylist, Katie Kian, to source pieces that are playful yet rooted in the spirit of her past life in the bucolic landscape of Pangasinan. We had pieces from international designers like Harris Reed, Richard Quinn, Kong Chi, as well as our very own local up-and-coming designers, Yasha Rosales and Steph Verano. Bella shared with us her love for dressing up, and we were instantly charmed by her during our fitting, as she was so eager to try on all the looks we had prepared for her. It was gratifying to wrap this story and to see up close how Bella's songwriting is a homecoming in itself. For In Vogue, we feature 6 local DJs leading the sound of Manila's nightlife, and Mich Dulce, a Filipino milliner whose recent exhibit celebrates technical craftsmanship. In this editorial, photographed by Gab Villarreal with styling by Neil de Guzman and Gino Espidol, we paired bold fashion with dynamic shots to capture rhythm and motion. To make it more personal for her talents during the shoot, we asked each DJ to bring a playlist that captured their own unique brand of sound. D-Wavy's was hyper-feminine, Xtina Superstar played Regine Velasquez, and Wax and Gubwub posed to house and breakbeat. The shoot was also an opportunity to meet these DJs and what they do in the daytime. Shrugs is a designer for local brand Easy, while Bad Kiss is a preschool teacher. It was a cool, unconventional way to see how sound is tied to identity and how through DJing, we can blend, remix, and find resonance in the song of others. The next story follows designer Mich Dulce, who staged her solo exhibit Nagsasalitang Ulo for Talking Heads in Manila last month. Mitch's hats take direct inspiration from the Philippines, as seen in pieces based on the Bahay Kubo, the Cebu Death Mask, and the Tapungao, which was an homage to the gourd hat designed by Gumaba awardee Teofilo Garcia. In this story by Karina Sui and photographed by Carl King Agunya, these images show us how technology applies to technical innovation in handcrafts, from sculpting to dyeing and stitching. Currently based in London and serving as an industry mentor for Chanel's and the King's Foundation's Métier d'Art Millinery Fellowship, Mich draws on years of training from British and French ateliers, which uses Philippine materials like abaca, buntal, and buri in her designs. But for this collection, Mich looks inward to explore what Filipino millinery could look like. Through hats steeped in memory, her exhibit honors the depth of craft and culture, using millinery as an act of authorship. In the beauty and wellness section, we meet Oudine Santos, who talks about her 10-day silent retreat in Ubud Valley. In a world where social media demands a reaction, Oudine finds freedom in slowing down, returning to guided silence as a way to return to the self. She uses the quiet to feel and release. A pause can help us recalibrate and respond, paving the way for conscious listening and mindful communication. And for our fashion story written by Gabiap, we look at a chapter of our nation's history through the lens of film. Starring Jericho Rosales and directed by Gerald Tarod, Quezon is a historical drama premiering this month that zooms into the life of former Philippine President Manuel L. Quezon. But apart from being a political figure, Quezon is also known for his bespoke wardrobe, his personalized tailored suits, and charismatic presence. For Jericho, Capturing Quezon's likeness became the focus, living into the role through research and gesture, but also costume. To create these costumes, the actor tapped Joey Samson, a veteran designer known for his masterful tailoring and his practice of drawing from history in his craft. Joey took a technical eye to his studies, using silhouettes and proportions to lean into historical accuracy when he created the costumes. Joey and Jericho's collaboration became an important foundation for the film, which examines what makes a hero and what building a nation looks like. This was photographed by Arturo Nepomuceno in the Quezon Memorial House inside the Quezon Circle. In the culture section, we feature Filipino trailblazers like Sheila Marcelo, the creative mind behind OHI, and Durald Arkapaw, the first woman to shoot a feature film in 65mm and IMAX. Sheila Marcelo is a mother and entrepreneur who's familiar with the challenges of family life. In this story, she talks about OHI AI, a virtual assistant that aims to ease household management by covering errands like meal planning and schedule coordination. This allows parents to focus more on their health, leisure, and really just make their own choices. For Sheila, this technology can lighten the unseen labor of caretakers, complementing human care instead of replacing it. Next is Durald Arkapaw, a Filipino-American cinematographer who lends to Hollywood blockbuster films like Sinners and Black Panther. Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and directed by Ryan Coogler, is the first film to incorporate both 65mm and IMAX. Autumn is the first female DOP to ever shoot in this format. In this story by Jason Tandiwag, Autumn shares what good filmmaking is to her. Stories that stir our emotions, bringing us closer to people, cultures, heritage, and family. With the support of her Filipino and Kriegele parents, Autumn shifted to film in college and lensed feature projects like Gia Coppola's The Last Showgirl. Bringing intentionality to the camera from years of collaboration on set, Autumn inspires the next generation of female and Filipino cinematographers. These portraits are shot by Romer Pedron with styling by EJ Briones. To close the issue, we return to our story with Bella Poarch, who shares that living in the Philippines, you can't stay away from the music. It's everywhere. Bella reminds us that whether it's silence or noise, music represents more than just sound. It's a language that permeates every aspect of life, connecting people and telling stories beyond words. An expression of identity that shapes who we are and how we relate to the world. Read all these stories and more in our October issue.